All right, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to try this 1984 film called Disconnected. Let's check it out.
They found another body. I was on my lunch hour.
Can I help you?
That's Frances Raines, the actress, and she's finding an old man skulking around. Now, she let him use the phone in the apartment, and then he, like, just disappeared. Frances Raines plays Alicia and her twin sister, Barbara Ann.
He obviously just made his phone call and left.
Hey, Barbara Ann's right here. There's no other explanation.
That's her boyfriend, Mike.
I have met your sister, honestly.
Barbara Ann has a habit of sleeping with her sister's boyfriends.
I didn't sleep with her. I didn't. I love you. I didn't touch Barbara Ann.
Alicia works at a video store, and if you look closely, you can recognize a lot of titles on the wall. Star Trek, Mother's Day, Jaws,
Really care about old film,
Carrie,
especially foreign ones.
Visiting Hours, Patrick.
Yeah, well,
And this guy Franklin is hitting on her.
You worked in a video store. You know, this is the third store I was in today. You weren't in the other two.
Are you sure it's not my sister you wanted to meet? Find us at the end of the counter.
That list shit, honey. Just tell me what's new and hot. You know what I mean.
Well, I
He
can't
wants
tell
porn.
you how they are. I don't watch them.
Yeah, sure. The way you look, I bet you could be in them.
Excuse me? Do you seriously think that's appropriate behavior?
Who is this asshole?
Look, what
Alicia's being plagued by prank phone calls.
That's not the impression I got last night. Besides, she doesn't have any idea what's going on between us. She never will.
I can't take that.
Damn it.
Now this is her boyfriend, Mike, choking the shit out of her.
Now I have you all to myself.
Guess what?
No!
It's just a dream. So with her relationship with Mike on the rocks, she agrees to go out with Franklin. But guess what? Franklin's in bed with another woman. A woman that he has just murdered because he is a serial killer. Franklin likes to take women home, sleep with them, and then do away with them. Makes a big mess, but thankfully there's Glass Plus.
You don't know what I mean?
Again, she keeps getting these weird prank phone calls that just are noise. Anyway, she goes on a date with Franklin, but it's more of a dinner in the house.
So how's that thing with your phone, that problem you were having? Did you handle that?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I tried calling the police the other day.
Clearly, they hit it off as well. Which might not be good news for Alicia. Sure enough, next morning, grab the switchblade. But guess what? She left early. Some horrible sunlight problems here. She answers the phone.
Yes, Mom.
More crazy noise. And then her twin sister Barbara Ann shows up to seduce Franklin because that's what she does.
What can I do for you? Oh, sure.
She immediately removes her top and then goes down. And they sleep together. And And I can't show you that scene. And though we don't actually see what he does to her, clearly he did something bad. Now maybe somebody who's seen this movie before can explain to me what's going on here. These are the cops. This is Franklin.
I didn't kill all those girls.
Approaching Alicia. Pulls out his switchblade. Screams. Cops here. Calmly go inside the house. And then we don't see anything. But in the next scene, they are driving her home, leading me to believe that they killed Franklin.
You sure you're going to be all right?
The cop tells the story a little bit.
They buried her.
He confirms
Alicia.
Franklin's been killed,
Oh, Alicia's doing okay.
and that he killed him.
What about you?
Me? I'm going on vacation. I'm out of here.
So there's still 30 minutes left to go in this movie. What the hell can happen now? We're still getting these phone calls.
Hello?
Now I think this is a flashback, because here she is with Mike again, or maybe she's back with Mike again, I'm not sure. Wasn't quite clear. The calls simply don't stop, though. Finally, Alicia's had enough, and she decides to kill the phone. Our last scene of the movie, it ends with that weird guy, that weird little old guy from the beginning, skulking around again. I have no frickin' clue what that's all about. And who's making them damn calls? Alright. Let's talk about this Disconnected movie put out by those good folks at Vinegar Syndrome. Okay, this is a movie that came out in 1984. I'm guessing it was direct-to-video. I don't know, although it does look like it was shot on real film. It's one of those strange movies you would find at a video store in the mid-80s, mid to late 80s. I guess it's to say an old store that had been around for a while, one of those mom and pops. Because once the blockbusters came around, they knocked out the mom and pops, those tapes disappeared, and that's why they're very rare. I think this VHS tape of this movie is very rare and sought after. But anyway, we now have it on Blu-ray. So what we have here, it's a strange film. The guy who stars in this movie, I think it's the director... Actually, the guy, the director, I can't think of his name here. What is it back here? Director Gorman Bashard. I think he directed also Psychos in Love and Galaxy... Shit, what was it called? Galactic Gigolo, which also starred the cop in this movie, Carmine Capobianco. Somehow I thought Carmine directed Psychos in Love too. I don't know, I can't remember, but anyway, who cares? Anyway, what we got here is a movie. Frances Raines, you might remember her from Breeders. She plays dual roles. She plays twin sisters Alicia and Barbara Ann. And she keeps getting, as Alicia, she keeps getting these weird phone calls. Alicia works in a video store, and she gets these weird phone calls with these weird noises. Her boyfriend, Mike, has recently cheated on her with her twin sister, Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann has this habit of always sleeping with Alicia's boyfriends, too. That's a really shitty thing to do, if you ask me. And I don't think she's hiding the fact that she is Barbara Ann, because obviously with being twins, she might be able to get away with it. But no, she doesn't hide that fact. So anyway, she breaks up with Mike, and then she meets this nerdy guy in the video store named Franklin, who wants to go out with her. Franklin has this bad habit of killing people. He brings these loose women over to his apartment and then kills them. He keeps a switchblade next to his bed, and then he slashes them next to him, post-sex, of course. Well, that's what he wants to do to Alicia. Well, Alicia eventually does agree to go out with him. They go out, they have a good time. They come back, they do have sex. She spends the night, and the next morning, Franklin grabs a knife and tries to stab her on the pillow, but she's gone. She left a note saying, "Hey, had a great time. I just had to duck out. They figured I'd let you sleep since you look so peaceful." So she dodged a bullet with that one. or dodged a switchblade, I should say. And then she keeps getting these weird phone calls throughout the film, and then something weird happens about 50 minutes into this movie. She's in the house, and Franklin confronts her with a knife, and we don't really see what happened. We're assuming that Franklin got killed because the cops then showed up, but we don't really see what happened to Franklin. But next thing you know, the cops are taking Alicia home. Are you okay? You're going to be okay? So, like, Franklin's gone. The killer's gone. Where's the movie going to go for the rest of the 30 minutes here? That's a great question. Not much more happens other than the fact that she continues to get these weird phone calls. And at the end of the movie, she freaks out and kills her phone. And then we see that guy walking away from the apartment. I don't know what the fuck any of that shit meant. And that's how the movie ended. So, yeah, there you go. Positives in this movie. The soundtrack actually was kind of cool. I like that. Frances Raines is adorable. She takes off her top several times in this movie, and when she's not naked, she's running around in just, you know, like her panties and a t-shirt. So she looks really good. She's really cute. She only did 7 things, actually, according to IMDb, and I think I have 4 of them. But yeah, I wonder whatever happened to Frances Raines. I don't know, but she was adorable back in the 80s. Liked her a lot. But I still can't figure out what the hell was going on in this movie. However, I do say I kind of like the vibe of this film. It just kind of took me back to that era, and especially the video store scenes. This came in 1984, and if you looked on the video store shelves, you saw a lot of pictures or boxes that you would recognize. Now, the cool thing was, or interesting thing was, the picture quality isn't so great, so you can't really get clear shots of the movies on the walls, but those of you who spent a lot of time in video stores, like I did, you can recognize some of the pictures on the wall. And it seemed like there was mostly horror movies in this store. So I recognized the box for like Jaws and My Bloody Valentine, Patrick, Phantasm, Mother's Day, a couple of the Halloween movies. It was just really cool trying to picture, what is that one? What is that one? I even saw the box for My Tutor. But yeah, it was pretty cool seeing the video store stuff. It took me back. So anyway, that is Disconnected. Those great folks over at Vinegar Syndrome, they're fantastic. I love them. They put out awesome stuff. And I love that a lot of this weird, funky stuff that was so rare back in the 80s is now getting a new life on Blu-ray. That's awesome. So it'll be preserved forever. So come on over and watch it. Check it out. Disconnected. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments. Bye.